Howdy YouTube. Today we're taking a look at the Jakks UFC Alistair the Reem Overeem figure. A very cool looking figure. I'm a big fan of Alistair Overeem. Nice packaging. You can see the evolution from the earlier UFC figures. It really had the octagon style packaging. Now it's a much sleeker look. You can see it's almost cut in half the ring that they fight in. Really nice detail, great face scan from the looks of it in the packaging. We can see it's from Series 2. One thing that's a little bit interesting is they've got the UK flag, even though I'm fairly sure Overeem fights out of Amsterdam, the Netherlands. We can see at the bottom of the packaging, UFC 141, of course, where he made his debut against Brock Lesnar and beat him pretty decisively, if I'm honest, which for me at least was pretty big surprise in, I guess, how dominating Overeem was. He then obviously went on to do absolutely nothing of note other than get demolished by Bigfoot Silva. Recently he did beat Stefan Struve, and now at the time of filming this with UFC 185, he's going up against Roy Big Country Nelson, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Taking a look at the back of the packaging, great shot of Overeem beating down Brock Lesnar there. We can see in the stats, interesting, it does say he's from England. I think that's a mistake if I'm honest. Age 32, 6'5", so he's a big guy. I remember all the promo stuff for his fight with Brock Lesnar, and the main thing they focused on was just the stats, how big Brock Lesnar was, and then here's someone even bigger in Overeem. So really, really exciting. Once he beat Brock, I thought he was going to get a title shot, but unfortunately with the whole drug testing thing, he really got pushed down the card, and now it seems like he's got basically no chin. The slightest touch, and Overeem seems to go down. At the top of the packaging there, we see the other figures in the set: Junior Dos Santos, Velasquez, Anderson Silva, and Lyoto Machida. I'm going to try and bring you more reviews on those figures, but let's get this guy out of the packaging. Okay, and here we have Overeem out of the packaging, and he certainly looks like Alistair Overeem, a really great representation by Jakks. I'm going to bring it forward so you guys can see the face scan. That looks awesome. Really, really good job by Jakks. Jakks always did a fantastic job. One thing that's a little bit interesting, I'm not sure how well it comes across on camera, but the colour of his torso is slightly different to his arms, which is a little bit of a downside, and same with the head. But still, really, really good job with the face there. Just for comparison, I'll bring in the... And definitely, I think they pretty much nailed the face scan. Even I guess the curved part of his head at the top there, which you can see in the image, they did a really, really good job with the face. Moving down the figure, some of the detail on his shorts. So really, really nice. Good job with Alistair Overeem. One of the harder figures to find. Some people either love him or hate him. I'm a pretty big fan. I think he did a really good job against Brock, and I think one of the things that's basically held him down, because he's got some great striking, that Muay Thai background, great elbows, knees, which he demonstrated against people like Frank Mir and obviously Lesnar, and some of his other fights as well. But just that chin, he hasn't got that chin, and most likely because he's been fighting for so long. But in terms of articulation, ball jointed head, he's got this really cool joint in there that allows you to get some great beatdown punches and some great poses. It's pretty much your standard Jakks WWE figure from here down. Ab crunch, which is really good. Swivel in the waist. Ball joint in the legs, swivel in the thigh. One of the things that's fantastic with the Jakks UFC figures is that you can get a heap of articulation and a heap of really good poses. So, yeah, really, really awesome on that front. So you can see one of the great things with the Jakks figures. Here I've got Overeem set up, giving Brock Lesnar one of those devastating knees that, of course, led to his first victory in the UFC. That's one of the only times I've ever seen someone get really, really hurt by a knee. Brock copped it. He tried to stick with it for a little bit, and then he just grabs his stomach and just drops to the ground in pain. A really great finish by Alistair Overeem. This figure by Jakks, of course, represents that from UFC 141. A really great figure. If you're a fan of the UFC, if you're a fan of Overeem, then absolutely this guy is a must-have.